Welcome back, and today we're going to talk about a strategy that's going to allow you to capitalize on building your credit score, specifically your auto credit score, because this strategy that I'm giving you is going to show you how you're going to be able to adjust your auto credit score to go up or down as you please and as you wish, as well as be able to purchase cars as you please, as you wish, whatever car you'd like through whatever dealership you'd like. And all you have to do is understand these simple tactics. Now, this specific tactic is a tactic that I learned accidentally and have also learned that it has multiple uses. So as I said, you're going to be able to use this tactic to finance cars personally and build your personal credit and build your personal auto score. But this is also something that you can do with business credit and use to get you cars for a business. Maybe you want to do a courier service. Maybe you're interested in doing Turo or Hyre car, whatever it is, you can use this same tactic and it's going to work for you around the board. All right. So let me go ahead and explain to you this tactic. What you're going to do or be able to do to purchase as many cars as you'd like within a 24-hour span, a 2-week span, even a 30-day span, maximum. And in certain cases, you can take advantage and possibly get a 45, 60, or even 90-day window, depending on how well your credit is, even though I don't recommend that you take advantage of this and use this excessively because it can backfire. So basically what you want to do, right, if you're interested in Turo or you're interested in purchasing, more than one car personally or a personal car and a business car, however it is, what I want you to do is you're going to go and you're going to fill out pre-approvals with multiple banks and credit unions, right? So you may try Capital One, you may try Navy Federal, you may try Redstone, you may do whatever. Now, if your credit isn't great right now and you're using this to build up your credit, right, you have to understand that you will be losing some to gain some. So what I recommend is purchasing a new car or a late model used car, being that there are typically restrictions that require the interest rates to be lower on those cars than just a typical used car, right? If you're going to use this particular strategy. So what you're going to do is if you have the good credit and you can do it, get the pre-qualifications first, get multiple pre-qualifications. If not, go to the bank. Go to a dealership and get, qualified through the dealership, right? Provide all the docs, do everything that you got to do to get financing. Now, regardless, I recommend you go to multiple dealerships so that this doesn't look funny and it doesn't get you hung up anywhere. So find a car you like at one dealership, go to another dealership, find a car that you like, and et cetera, depending on how many cars you're planning on getting with this. Because I've seen people use this strategy and go and get 10, 15 cars, right? So this is what I did, right? I personally at the time didn't know about the whole concept with being able to pre-qualify, right? So instead of pre-qualifying, and I did this unknowingly, I went to Toyota, I bought my car, right? The next day, and the only reason why I did this was because I was, smart enough to realize that, auto inquiries within a 30-day span, they don't double. They only count as one. So you can get 30 auto inquiries within a 30-day span, and they're all going to count as one inquiry, right? So I said, all right, I knew that particular aspect of it at the particular time when I did this. So I said, okay, I went to Toyota, I bought my car. The next day, I went to Honda, and I co-signed for my mom's car. Now, I didn't know that I could have actually bought that car solely in my name. And it's crazy because the dealership told me that, but I still, didn't quite believe them. I was like, no, they're not going to be able to finance it only my name. So, we'll co-sign it. So I co-signed for her car, right? And so my loan was through Regional Acceptance. Her loan was through Ally, right? Because we got the dealership financing. So then they were within 30 days. So the inquiries all counted as one from when they ran the credit. You know, so then we didn't really have to worry because we did them within a day of each other. We didn't have to worry about one of the cars posting, before we got the other car. But if you're doing this and you're getting 10, 15 cars where you're going to different dealerships and you're going, possibly to multiple dealerships a day, even though if you're able to get the pre-qualifications, what you can actually do is if you can get the pre-qualifications, certain banks like Navy Federal, they'll give you a check. So you find the car that you want, you send the check to the dealership will do everything. All you do is sign the check, and then most dealerships will actually deliver the car to you if you have the check. So you can do all that without even having to go to the dealership. So you get multiple banks that do that. And now, these cars will all pull up to you. You don't even have to go out to the dealership and spend all that time in the finance office, and with your pre-qualification, you're going to spend less time. So you're hitting multiple dealerships. As long as you do all of these cars before the first car posts, you'll be able to get approved for all these cars back to back, right? This is the one loophole, because since the other car hasn't posted, there's no debt yet. Since there's no debt yet or no new loan, you're still going to be approved. All those pre-approvals are going to work. They're going to go through and get approved. So now they all post, and boom, you hit, and all these cars are going to be on your credit. As long as you pay these cars appropriately, you're going to start to see your credit score raise, right? I always say, if you're doing this as a business, try to have some funds in reserve. Have 3 to 6 months funds ready to pay each of those auto loans, or either start smaller. Start with 2 cars or something like that. Get those cars paid down, and then go back and do this strategy where you can maximize it if you're thriving off of this business and you're really making money off of it. Because you don't want to go get 10, 15 cars and put yourself bankrupt if you're doing this as a business. But if you're doing this on a personal level just to increase your credit score, then it's slightly different. So like I said, you go get the car. Now, if you run into an instance where for whatever reason one of the cars posts while you're still buying cars, right? And you still had a plan to get another car, what you can actually do is get a cosigner. And if you're able to get a cosigner, typically you can go ahead and still get that car pushed through. But like I said, make sure that you have those funds to the side. Now, a big thing is, if you're doing this as a business, make sure that you check your dealer and your lender's return policy, because certain dealers and lenders have different return policies. Certain ones it's days, certain ones it's 100 miles, certain ones it's different things. So in the instance that these cars aren't getting rented out, like if your lender's return policy is 100 miles and the car's just sitting there in your driveway and it hasn't rented out in 60 days, and that's within their return policy, then go ahead and return that car. And then that way you don't have to worry about having to make that extra payment. So, do those things that are going to work out in your favor, and actually do your research on each lender that you're purchasing through, right? Then lastly, if you do get a cosigner for whatever reason, and this is what I did with my mom, we held the car for a year, and then this is where the trick really comes in, right? This is the sweetness to this trick. After a year, what we did was we refinanced the car into her name only. So what that did was, when you refinance a loan, and you can actually do this anytime you refinance a car, but it's even better when you go from being a cosigner to being completely off the loan, because what that does is, on your FICO report, it shows that that loan is completely paid off. So a complete paid off auto loan, 100% paid off, is going to report to your FICO report and in the auto loan section. So you're going to have a completely paid off car for that amount, whatever amount it was, put on your history. So I have people call me and ask me all the time about auto trade lines, how they can build their auto history and all those different things. This is the glitch right here. you're able to purchase a car, purchase it with a cosigner, or purchase it as one person, and then have another person come and either buy that car or refinance the car to themselves only. And once they do that, it removes you from the loan, completely pays the loan off, and it goes into the other person's name. And you can do this back to back, and this is a quick, easy method that's going to allow you to build up your FICO auto score. So, with that being said, thank you all for watching. Please let me know if you want to see more videos like this. Let me know if this video helped you out at all. And as always, thank you guys. Don't forget, like, share, comment, subscribe on YouTube, and follow on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, and all other platforms. And we'll see you guys in the next one.